I'd love to.
Joe, there's nothing more fun or more rewarding than investing in startups. I mean, you get to be there from the very beginning to help build these companies from the ground up. I mean, imagine being the first person to cut a check to Steve Jobs or Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg, or being the first to back Canopy Growth. Now, at the time, a lot of people would have called you crazy. But today, you'd not only be richer than you've ever imagined, you'd be considered just as much a visionary as the founders of those companies. Now, Joe, you're out there actively vetting and investing in startups. You've been a part of over 150 deals between you and your fund. You were the first investor in GitLab. They're now valued at $2.75 billion. You invested early on in Rappi. They're now worth over $2.5 billion. You were in early on Dropbox. That's now worth $7.4 billion. Pinterest, the social media site, is another one of yours. That's up to $11 billion. And now you're making big moves in cannabis with startups like Caliva, Herb, and Nabis.
Joe, you clearly have an eye for picking winning startups. So tell me something, how do you decide which private companies are the winners and which ones are the wannabes?
It's actually pretty straightforward. There are basically three things that we look for. We look for a large market. Can't have a billion-dollar company without a billion-dollar market. A unique product, which is probably third in line here of the three. And probably the number one is the team. You're looking for a strong team and their capabilities.
Well, your Caliva investment's a perfect example of that. I mean, being in California, they've got a big market already built in. Just the state of California sells more weed than all of Canada combined. As far as a unique product, they got the #1 best-selling cannabis strain and best-selling brand. They've been ranked #1 as a cannabis company in the nation by Business Insider, and they have a very strong team. Carol Bartz, former CEO of Yahoo, heads up their board of directors. The CEO is Dennis O'Malley. Before starting Caliva, he ran a software company and helped build brands like Nike, Red Bull, and North Face. And Dennis just got Jay-Z on the board as their chief brand strategist.
Whether you like his music or not, you have to admit Jay-Z understands how to build a brand.
That's for sure. He sold his clothing brand for $204 million. He has a champagne brand worth $310 million. And his music streaming brand is worth $600 million. His skill at building brands has helped make him a billionaire.
And now you're both on the same team at Caliva. With everyone working together, Caliva could go from the best-selling cannabis brand in California to the best-selling brand in the U.S. I mean, Caliva could easily become a unicorn.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where this all leads.
Investing in startups is risky. A lot of new companies go out of business. But the best cannabis companies are already making a fortune for private investors. We talked earlier about Tilray's gain of 1,665% since their IPO. Well, their private investors saw peak gains of 3,697% so far. Canopy's first private investors saw returns as high as 113,000%. And this industry is still brand new. New startups are launched almost daily, it seems. There's a ton of innovation going on. So you don't want to sit on the sidelines.
You definitely don't. Everyone says investing in startups is riskier than investing in stocks. And that's true. But it doesn't tell the whole story. The Federal Reserve actually did a study on this. They tracked private investments versus the stock market over a 35-year period. What they found was that for every $1 profit made by investors in the public market, private investors made $1,650.
That's why the Institute has an entire wing devoted to private cannabis companies.
I mean, that's true. We're constantly approached by small, privately held cannabis startups. So as soon as you join, we'll show you how you can access an endless flow of startup cannabis deals. That's taken care of for you. But it's just as important that you know how to analyze these deals.
That may be the most important part of startup investing. Between key players in the Institute, we've invested in hundreds of deals, tens of millions of dollars collectively. We've made all the mistakes, so we can show you the traps to avoid. But we've also learned a ton about how to vet these private deals. So we've decided to share all of our secrets for investing in these tiny cannabis companies. We want to put you on the fast track to becoming an ultra-successful startup investor. It's all in a special guide called the 1000X Cannabusiness. You'll learn the 5 essential questions to ask every founder before you give them a single penny. We'll give you our startup valuation formula. This is a simple calculation that tells you what the company is actually worth. Plus, we'll show you how you can, in some cases, negotiate certain perks. For example, I've known some startups that pay as much as 110% dividend to their private investors.
Here's the thing. When you're analyzing these private deals, or frankly, any of the opportunities we talked about today, you don't want to do it alone. It's great to be able to get expert analysis from our team of experts and board members, but it's just as valuable to network with your fellow members. You want to take advantage of the network effect, which is why every time we release a new monthly action plan or a CEO pitch, we create an online deal room. And this allows you to collaborate with your fellow members.
Members have built these rooms into a great community. Folks are constantly discussing and debating these deals and opportunities. Even better, a lot of members find opportunities on their own. And the Institute makes it easy to create your own online deal rooms for these as well. Just takes a few clicks and you can have your own deal room up and running.
And we want you to take advantage of this ability to collaborate. There's even a way for you to take it a step further. With the click of a few buttons, you can start your own local chapter of the National Institute for Cannabis Investors. So if you live here in the DC area or Dallas or Memphis or anywhere in the US, you can schedule meetups at a nearby restaurant or pub. And the website makes arranging these very simple. All it takes is a couple of clicks.
The board members are very active inside the Institute. Every month we host a live online boardroom meeting. You can listen in as leaders in the industry exchange business ideas and present new opportunities. The board will talk about deals being worked on, political changes taking place, new players entering the market, and big mergers and acquisitions. And if you have questions, you can submit them live. The board members will cover as many popular questions as they can.
You're going to be hearing about a lot of different opportunities. So the Institute makes it simple for you to stay on top of everything. You'll get an easy-to-use portfolio tracker. It lets you see every position recommended so far, their current rating, and how well they're all performing. You can also import all of your traditional investments if you want. That way, you can see your entire portfolio in one place. Plus, every week, you'll get a progress report. It covers any new developments, mergers, or acquisitions. All of the research and analysis from the Institute's independent research team, everything you need to know, you will be kept in the loop.
Now, you could be in some of these investments for weeks, months, even a year or longer. That's up to you. But eventually, there'll come a time when we recommend cashing out. Now, when that happens, we'll email you a real-time profit alert. It's a set of simple, step-by-step instructions. Just follow along and collect any profits you've earned.
As you can see, we've pulled out all the stops. We're doing everything we can to help you create the kind of wealth that lasts for generations. We've called in every favor we could and spent millions of dollars setting up this institute, which is why it's not going to be inexpensive to join. Now, down the road, we plan to offer regular retail memberships for $599 a year. And look, that's a fair price for everything you're getting. However, this is a pivotal year for the cannabis industry. So I don't want the subscription price tag to hold anyone back, which is why you won't pay anywhere near that price today. I mean, forget 50% or 60% or 70% or even 80% off.
You will receive an unbelievable discount. This is a deal too good to pass up.
When you subscribe to the National Insitute for Cannabis Investors, we'll also rush you a welcome package with everything we talked about today. You get a copy of the 1000% portfolio. Now, these are our team's consensus picks for the best cannabis stocks to buy today. You get a copy of the IPO hot list. This lays out the 5 most explosive IPOs coming this year. Again, when these are intentionally underpriced and most of the shares are locked up, these IPOs could deliver stunning profits very quickly. You get instant access to Tom Gentile's Cannabis Options Masterclass, and you'll get the 1000x Cannabusiness. This shows you exactly how to analyze private startup deals so you know if a company has the potential to deliver the biggest possible return.
The Welcome Kit also includes your first monthly cannabis action plan. Then, every month going forward, you'll get a new monthly action plan. It includes the one-page SWOT analysis from the research team. You also get the board members' insights on each opportunity based on their area of expertise. You get to participate in new virtual pitches. Plus, look back at the recordings of every virtual pitch that's already been presented to new subscribers. You can participate in all the board meetings, be active in the deal rooms. Everything the Institute offers, it's at your fingertips.
Mike, you're including something special in this welcome package too. Every quarter, your team creates a comprehensive State of the Cannabis Industry dossier. It has the Institute's forecasts and projections for each segment of the industry. And you're including the most recent dossier in the welcome package.
Let's not forget to talk about the most fun part of being a member of this research service. In your welcome package, you're going to get a membership card just like this one. You'll want to hold on to this because you'll need it to secure your tickets to our annual retreat. This card lets you and a guest attend the event. You'll get to meet face-to-face with some of the biggest names in the industry.
Mike, this event is a lot of fun, but it's also an important part of being a successful cannabis investor, building your network. You'll shake hands with CEOs of some of the biggest firms. You get to meet executives at the most promising startups. You'll have a front row seat as key players present their latest developments. This is also a perfect opportunity to network with some of your fellow members.
This isn't some high-pressure networking event. I mean, it's all about mixing business and pleasure. Mike is hosting a cocktail party with a champagne toast. I mean, you can even hit the links. This is going to be fun.
Absolutely, Joe.
So if somebody wants to become a member of the National Institute for Cannabis Investors, to get the publication and be a part of the All-Star team, what's the next steps?
Great questions, Joe. Now, there's a link below this video, and it will take you to a short subscription form. It only takes a few moments to fill out, and then we'll rush you your new member package.
All you have to do is click the link below for the details. And look, even with this great price, there's a very generous guarantee.
That's right, Joe. Every membership is protected by not one, but two 100% money-back guarantees. So there's no risk to you for joining. All the details are on the next page. And gentlemen, this has been a lot of fun today. Tom, Danny, thank you so much for taking the time to be here.
Absolutely, Mike. I am glad to be a part of this, a part of everything the Institute's doing.
I agree. It's going to be a big year for cannabis, and we're going to help folks make the most of it.
And Joe, I want to give you a very special thanks. Your insights have been so valuable to everyone here at the Institute. It's been a real pleasure getting to work with you. Any parting thoughts for the viewers?
Well, I guess I'd just say one last thing. If you're at all interested in cannabis investing, if you want to take it seriously, it pays to surround yourself with a team that has the same goals as you. Billionaires like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates couldn't have gotten to where they are without a team of people who shared their goals. During my playing days, I had Bill Walsh as the head coach. I was throwing the guys like Jerry Rice and Dwight Clark. I didn't win anything on my own. We won as a team. When I retired and launched my investment fund, I made sure to surround myself with a team of superstars. They're out there finding deals, vetting companies, while I'm meeting with the founders. We're all working toward a common goal as one. And we've built a formidable team right here at the Institute. You'll get all the insights, research, the analysis, all the tools you need to help you make the best decisions and to surround yourself with the best people. So I'd like to invite you to come join the team.
And I couldn't have said it better myself. You'll get everything you need to win big as a cannabis investor. And finally, I want to thank you for taking part. Hopefully, you'll be able to look back at this and recognize it as a turning point in your investing life, the day you join the National Institute for Cannabis Investors. So let's not waste another moment. Just click the button below to review all the details. And for Danny Brody, Tom Gentile, Joe Montana, and everyone at the Institute, I'm Mike Ward, and I want to thank you for joining us.